Tiger Woods has finally opened the doors to his jaw-dropping Jupiter Island mansion, and the inside is even more spectacular than fans imagined. With a private 4-hole practice facility, a personal golf course, and luxury features that have stunned the sports world, this $80 million estate is more than a home. It's a statement of legacy. Recently, the buzz around his property reignited as Woods balanced life between competitive golf and surprising appearances as a broadcaster, showing a more relaxed side of himself. Now viewers get an intimate look at the champion's world where elegance meets athletic mastery. Oprah Winfrey shows inside her Spanish Revival estate. You won't believe the library. Oprah Winfrey opens this story not as a talk show icon, but as a lifelong bibliophile whose Spanish Revival-style estate in Montecito, California, reflects her most enduring obsession: books. Oprah purchased the core of the Montecito property in 2001 and gradually expanded it into what she later nicknamed the Promised Land, a roughly 70-acre Promised Land compound. The main Neo-Georgian estate was bought in 2001, plus the 2019 Spanish Revival Ranch, with architecture featuring traditional estate architecture blended with Spanish Revival elements like stucco and red tiles in expansions, arched corridors, and ironwork details rooted in early 20th century design traditions. Over the years, Oprah has repeatedly confirmed in interviews with Architectural Digest, level outlets, and televised specials that the home was customized around how she actually lives, not how celebrity mansions usually show off. The most talked about space is the library, and not because it's flashy. Oprah has openly said she designed it as a book-filled space she calls reading sanctuaries, with natural light and cozy seating, prioritizing natural light, warm wood tones, and deep seating meant for long reading sessions rather than display. This aligns perfectly with her decades-long public advocacy for reading, from launching Oprah's Book Club in 1996 to directly influencing global bestseller lists. Insiders who've seen the space during sanctioned media access note that it reflects traditional library design principles: quiet symmetry, tactile materials, and shelves arranged for use, not decoration. No gold-plated gimmicks, no Instagram theatrics, just books, light, and silence. Oprah has joked in interviews that she shared her love of books and that making relocations challenging between houses is her least favorite part of relocating, which partly explains why her library was planned as a permanent, expandable space. In an era of celebrity homes built for spectacle, Oprah's Spanish Revival estate stands out for something rarer: intellectual comfort made architectural. Watch Dakota Johnson's Hollywood Home Tour, serene and stylish. Dakota Johnson's Hollywood Hills Home Tour isn't about flashy showrooms or celebrity ostentation. It's a deeply personal space that radiates serene, stylish authenticity shaped by her own tastes and life story. In 2016, long before The Materialists and amid the global visibility from the 50 Shades films, Johnson purchased a mid-century modern house in the hills of Los Angeles for roughly $3.55 million. The residence was originally designed by renowned modernist architect Carl Maston in 1947, and its clean mid-century lines, warm wood-paneled walls, and expansive windows give the whole structure what she playfully called a treehouse on a boat feel, blending nature with architectural calm. When Architectural Digest brought cameras inside, Johnson walked viewers through a living room with wall-sized windows that frame the lush greenery outside, vintage furniture recovered in rich mohair, and personal touches like crystals and books lining her office shelves, every piece reflecting her off-screen interests and the things that bring her peace. She chose this house as her first solo home after touring just one property, citing its clean but cozy vibe as the deciding factor that made her never want to sell it. The aesthetic leans bohemian modern, with carefully chosen vintage accents, velvet upholstery, and eclectic rugs that balance timeless design with lived-in comfort. Unlike many celebrity estates built for spectacle, Dakota's abode feels rooted, a quiet retreat she calls her anchor amid a career of global premieres and creative ventures. Its style is as grounded and personal as the actress herself, serene, stylish, and unmistakably hers. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos open the doors to their NYC townhouse. Take a look. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos' New York City townhouse isn't just a backdrop for Live with Kelly and Mark banter. It's the product of more than a decade of careful style shaping and personal evolution. The Upper East Side residence, a 5-story, roughly $27 million property the couple bought in 2013 without it ever being publicly listed, has been their primary family home for more than 12 years and the place Ripa affectionately calls her forever home. Rather than purge all historical character, Ripa and Consuelos leaned into classic 1920s and 30s French glamour with a modern twist. They brought in AD 100 designer William Sofield and his creative partner Emma O'Neill of Studio Sofield to help shape the interiors, resulting in an Art Deco-inspired aesthetic rich with antiques sourced from Parisian markets and elegant architectural detail. Walking through the home feels like stepping into a carefully curated hotel suite with personal touches. Vintage treasures blend with contemporary comfort. Custom storage solutions hide practical items like shoes and sports gear, and every room balances chic design with daily livability. Ripa has humorously remarked that she has become so fully settled in that they'll have to carry me out feet first, highlighting her profound sense of belonging. Some quirky bits add real character too, like their all-black bathroom, complete with matching black toilet paper, a humorous aesthetic choice they confirmed in 2025, and playful naming of dressing rooms, Lucy and Desi, nods to classic TV icons. This townhouse isn't just a celebrity showcase. It reflects years of shared family life, design passion, and lived-in warmth, a sculpted elegance that doubles as a cozy retreat from Manhattan's whirlwind pace. Christie Brinkley gives a tour of her $30 million Hamptons Storybook House. Christie Brinkley's $30 million Hamptons Storybook Estate isn't just a celebrity retreat. It's a fairy tale living space the supermodel has called home for nearly a quarter century, making it the longest she's ever stayed anywhere in her life. The castle-like residence sits on over 20 acres in Sag Harbor, New York, and first caught widespread attention when Brinkley, now 71, gave a detailed walkthrough to internet personality Caleb Simpson, who filmed the tour originally in 2023 and which resurfaced online in early 2025. Brinkley affectionately describes her home as like a little storybook house, a description that comes alive with the whimsical architecture, including an eye-catching tower that offers panoramic views of the surrounding landscape. The interior blends historical charm with personal touches, soft blue accent walls in the kitchen, sparkling chandeliers, bead-accented candelabras, and a stone fireplace Brinkley designed herself using stones collected from beaches, echoing a similar feature from the property's original 1891 build. Outside, the estate feels almost pastoral rather than formal, with a greenhouse complete with its own fireplace, a tucked-away pool, sweeping lawns that Brinkley has been rewilding, and a chicken coop tended by her flock with humorously named hens like Scrambled and Sunny Side Up. Inside the home, cherished memories fill the space, from her children's childhood artwork hanging on stairwell walls to a prized 270-year-old bonsai tree she jokes is older than me, finally. Far from a sterile mansion designed purely for show, Brinkley's Hamptons estate is a lived-in haven full of history, personal quirks, and lovingly curated details, proof that for this supermodel, home is not just where the heart is, but where the story lives. Ellen Pompeo walks us through her stunning Los Angeles home. Ellen Pompeo, the actress best known for her 20-plus year run as Dr. Meredith Grey on Grey's Anatomy, has built a reputation not just in acting, but in thoughtful, character-rich home design, something she literally gets to live in every day at her Malibu retreat along her LA primary. While she hasn't done a recent full Hollywood home tour video in 2025, her relaxed yet richly curated California home was featured in a celebrated Architectural Digest tour that stands as the definitive look inside her world. In that tour, Pompeo welcomed viewers into her 1979 mid-century modern beach house on the Malibu Bluffs, a property she famously manifested owning after first seeing it years before and later purchasing it when it came back on the market. The house itself showcases the actress's deeply personal approach to interior design, developed in long collaboration with AD100 designer Martin Lawrence Bullard. Rather than opting for stark, sterile minimalism, Pompeo incorporates dramatic materials and vintage finds that weave a narrative. The living areas highlight striking book-matched marble like Arabescado Vagli in baths and Black Agatha in bedrooms, evoking ocean drama outside, vintage Deceit leather seating, and an iconic mid-century Swedish dining set centered around a former Yves Saint Laurent studio cutting table. A standout space in her home is the kitchen. Compact but authoritative, Pompeo jokingly sets firm rules about who may enter when she's cooking, giving each child their own stool to keep order. This playful anecdote reflects how deeply the home balances show-stopping design with real family life. She and her husband, Chris Ivory, raised their 3 children here while she continued to work and recently marked major career milestones, like receiving her recent Gray's milestones. Rather than a showcase mansion built for paparazzi shots, Pompeo's Los Angeles area home feels like a creative studio and family hub, expressive of her love for design that's lived in, loved, and endlessly revisited with fresh inspiration. Lily Allen and David Harbour reveal their Brooklyn townhouse, a cozy loft walkthrough. Lily Allen and David Harbour's Brooklyn townhouse in Carroll Gardens was never just a place to live. It was, until very recently, a bold, whimsical testament to the couple's creative partnership and individual tastes. And in late 2025, it hit the market for nearly $8 million amid their separation. The late 19th century brownstone they purchased in 2021 for about $3.35 million spans 4 stories with 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and its interiors, redesigned in collaboration with AD100 designer Billy Cotton and architect Ben Bischoff of Made, quickly became iconic for their maximalist yet intimate character. Stepping inside feels like entering a layered storybook where British eccentricity meets Brooklyn soul. The living room unfurls in lavish Zuber wallpaper and dramatic crown moldings, paired with a double-sided velvet sofa, a playful centerpiece the couple once joked was perfect for fights, a line that now reads strangely prophetic given their 2024-25 breakup. The bespoke kitchen blends Italian-inspired plain English cabinetry, an officine-gulo range, and warm Ansax tile with a custom banquette beneath oversized windows, creating a cozy nook overlooking the street. Upstairs, the primary suite occupies a full floor, its walls adorned with richly patterned Pierre Frey carpets and another layer of Zuber prints, while a fireplace and dual walk-in closets give it a homey yet luxurious feel. Beyond aesthetics, the house's layout, from the backyard sauna and cold plunge to the finished basement gym and laundry, was thoughtfully designed for real living, not just photo ops. What makes this townhouse especially fascinating isn't only its decor, but its cultural footprint. Allen's 2025 album, West End Girl, references the home and the arc of their life together, turning the space into a narrative device almost as vivid as its wallpapered walls. Wiz Khalifa's LA Home Tour, relaxed luxury with personal flair. Wiz Khalifa's Los Angeles home is a rare peek into how one of hip-hop's most laid-back stars blends relaxed luxury with deeply personal style, and his Architectural Digest Open Door Tour remains one of the most watched celebrity home walkthroughs of all time. The rapper's Mediterranean-style mansion in Sherman Oaks, reportedly valued around $4.6 million and spanning 6 bedrooms, harmonizes private family life with spaces dedicated to creativity and chill vibes. Inside, you won't find sterile showroom interiors. Instead, Wiz and his design collaborators aimed for comfort and character that reflect his identity as a father, entertainer, free spirit, and creative at heart. One of the house's defining features is its thoughtful division between kid-friendly and adult spaces. Generous playrooms filled with toys, books, and areas for his son Sebastian coexist with areas like the game room, Israel's slang for the gang room, where his awards and personal memorabilia sit alongside a pool table and custom neon signage that celebrates his lifestyle. The living spaces lean into open-plan design that floods the interior with natural light, and the decor mixes plush seating, warm materials, and pops of blue and bold accents, a playful but considered nod to his musical and fashion sensibilities. There's even a dedicated recording studio inside, underscoring how the home serves not just as a retreat, but as a workspace where creative ideas take shape. Outdoors, the vibe continues with places to relax and entertain, embracing California living with easy indoor-outdoor flow. What makes Wiz Khalifa's Los Angeles home especially compelling isn't its price tag or celebrity status, but how authentically it mirrors the man himself, a harmonious interplay of family, music, comfort, and signature personal flair. Gwyneth Paltrow lets cameras inside her spa-inspired mansion. Gwyneth Paltrow's custom-built Montecito mansion is less about showboating and more a lived-in sanctuary where modern wellness meets refined comfort, a physical expression of her personal philosophy on balanced living and mindful design. After she sold her longtime LA home in February 2025, solidifying Montecito as primary, Paltrow and her husband, Brad Falchuk, shifted their focus entirely to this California retreat, which they began designing from the ground up with AD 100 designers Robert Standifer and Stephen Alish of Roman & Williams alongside Bridget Romanek. The result is a modern Spanish-style home that Paltrow herself described in Architectural Digest as a Parisian apartment set within an old European barn, with high ceilings, abundant natural light, and spaces meant to feel generous yet intimate. The interior is grounded in materiality and texture, balancing old-world stone and reclaimed wood with contemporary custom pieces and thoughtful architectural proportions that promote serenity throughout the nearly single-story layout. A standout feature, and the reason some call it spa-inspired, is the home's dedicated wellness area that brings resort-like amenities indoors. A fully equipped spa space that includes a sauna, steam room, hot tub, and cold plunge pool designed to be used year-round as part of daily recovery and relaxation rituals. Every corner reflects Paltrow's commitment to holistic living, including the neutral palette, carefully calibrated natural light, and bespoke elements such as a freestanding sculptural onyx centerpiece in the living room. The sculptural centerpiece in the living room and artisanal fixtures throughout are meant to nourish body and soul. Solar-powered systems and a gray water setup also underscore her environmental priorities, blending sustainability with luxurious comfort. Rather than a flashy mansion built for red carpet backdrops, Gwyneth's Montecito home feels like a wellness retreat she actually uses, a space for family, creativity, and contentment that mirrors her work as an actress and lifestyle pioneer. Julia Fox's New York apartment tour, minimalist and modern. Julia Fox's New York City apartment tour exploded online, not because it was a gleaming minimalist showpiece in a glass tower, but because it was deeply real, candid, and, paradoxically, stylish in its own unpolished way. In early 2023, she shared a TikTok walkthrough of her Manhattan two-bedroom flat that went viral for its refreshingly underwhelming and lived-in feel, contrasting sharply with the typical celebrity home tour. Rather than a museum-like loft curated for photo shoots, the space reflects everyday life. The living room doubled as her own sleeping area, while the original bedroom became a playroom and wardrobe for her son, Valentino. The kitchen, a functional hub, doubled as storage, with shoeboxes and everyday items laid out in a way that would feel familiar to many New Yorkers. Fox explained in the tour that excessive displays of wealth make her uncomfortable, and that she prefers a home that feels honest and authentic rather than staged or opulent, a sentiment that was central to why her content resonated with millions of viewers. Her approach to interior style was almost minimalist by default, not through sleek, neutral design boards, but through its lack of pretension and openness to the messiness of real life. A long hallway lined with toys, clothes, and varied furnishings, houseplants that weren't thriving, and simple, practical furniture all underscored a space lived in, loved, and unpretentiously functional. What makes Julia's NYC apartment uniquely compelling in celebrity culture isn't a curated, minimal modern aesthetic in the traditional design sense, but its unapologetic authenticity, an unvarnished glimpse into how a working actor and devoted single parent actually inhabits her city home, clutter, charm, and all. Tommy and Dee Hilfiger's Plaza Hotel home. Pick an exclusive tour. Tommy Hilfiger and his wife Dee Oklepo Hilfiger once turned one of New York City's most legendary addresses, the Plaza Hotel at 1 Central Park South, into a private duplex penthouse that was as bold and stylish as their fashion legacy itself. Perched high above Midtown, the Plaza is a French Renaissance chateau-style landmark that opened in 1907 and has long been synonymous with luxury, history, and cultural myth, from The Great Gatsby scenes to Home Alone 2's lobby shots, a fitting stage for a designer whose brand helped define classic American cool. The Hilfigers originally combined 2 separate Plaza residences they bought in 2008 into a single sprawling penthouse of more than 6,000 square feet with commanding views over Fifth Avenue and the greenery of Central Park. They invested roughly $20 million into renovating the space, creating interiors that reference both the building's elegant past and their own eclectic tastes. Crown molding and limestone fireplaces from England coexist with playful contemporary furnishings and personal artworks, while one standout space is the domed Eloise Room, featuring a mural hand-painted by illustrator Hilary Knight, a nod to the beloved children's books set in the hotel itself. In the eat-in kitchen, black and white tile and marble evoke a French bistro vibe, while the couple's custom office includes signature touches like an authentic New York Times sign, a wink to the city that shaped their careers. Bedrooms upstairs range from nautical themes to rock and roll accents, reflecting the Hilfigers' playful design sensibility and their knack for blending high fashion with lived-in comfort. Though the penthouse eventually sold after many years on and off the market, the tour remains a rare, intimate glimpse into how 2 of the fashion world's most stylish figures translate their deep sense of creativity into the very walls they call home, infusing historic glamour with personal flair that feels simultaneously classic and unmistakably of the now. Kevin Costner shows the inside of his ranch estate. It's massive. Kevin Costner's real-life ranch isn't a movie set, but walking its grounds feels like stepping into a Western epic you can actually live in. The Oscar-winning actor, best known for frontier-spanning films and his recent role as John Dutton on Yellowstone, owns a sprawling 160-acre property near Aspen, Colorado, called Dunbar Ranch, a name he chose as a tribute to his iconic 1990 film Dances with Wolves. Costner bought the land in 2000 and has since transformed it into a luxury mountain retreat that blends rustic Western spirit with high-end comfort. Rather than a single house, the estate includes 3 distinct residences: a main 6-bedroom lodge perched with panoramic views of the Continental Divide, a lake house overlooking its private water feature, and a river house nestled beside the Roaring Fork River. Together, they can sleep dozens of guests, making the ranch feel more like a private compound than just one home. Inside, design details lean into cozy lodge aesthetics. Think exposed wood beams, massive stone fireplaces, and walls of windows framing Aspen's wilderness. The lifestyle amenities are wild in the best way. The property has its own baseball field, a wing to Field of Dreams energy, sledding hills, ice rinks, hot tubs tucked among trees, and trails that invite horseback riding and hiking right from your doorstep. During winters, the ranch doubles as a snowy playground. In warmer months, fly fishing and quiet mornings by the water define the rhythm. Costner has even opened the estate for luxury rentals, sometimes commanding upwards of $36,000 per night for full access, not just because it's beautiful, but because it genuinely feels like living in the Old West with every modern comfort intact. Sandra Bullock opens the doors to her mountain retreat. You gotta see it. Sandra Bullock's mountain retreat isn't a red carpet mansion. It's part of an expansive network of private homes the Oscar-winning actress has quietly built over decades, and it shows a side of her life far from Hollywood studios and press events. Bullock is famously private about her personal spaces, but what is publicly known paints a vivid picture of how she balances family life, nature, and design across multiple properties, including serene retreats nestled in elevated landscapes that feel more like sanctuaries than celebrity showpieces. While Bullock's primary residence is widely reported as a historic New Orleans Gothic Victorian mansion she bought in 2009, a home that holds deep personal significance for her and where her children were born, she also owns homes in Malibu, Beverly Hills, and the mountains above Beverly Hills that offer breathtaking views and privacy. The hillside bungalow escape with garden serenity embodies a real escape from the spotlight. Fans who have seen snippets of the home describe it as a place where everyday life, quiet mornings with coffee, long walks among trees, and evenings watching sunsets over hilltops, feels as central as the glamorous roles Bullock plays on screen. It's a reminder that for one of Hollywood's biggest stars, a mountain retreat isn't just about size or price tag. It's about living in a space that feels restorative, private, and authentically hers. Leonardo DiCaprio reveals his eco-friendly Malibu home. It's pure luxury. Leonardo DiCaprio's Malibu beachfront residence is more than just a celebrity escape with Pacific views. It's a luxurious home that reflects his lifelong commitment to environmental stewardship while still delivering high-end coastal living. DiCaprio, widely known not only as an Oscar-winning actor but as one of Hollywood's most vocal environmental activists, bought this seafront property in July 2021 for about $13.75 million through an LLC managed by his longtime business manager, and in 2025 listed it for sale with a nearly $20 million asking price after an earlier $23 million listing. The 4-bedroom, 4.5-bathroom home sits on a secluded stretch of Malibu coastline with private beach access and sweeping ocean views, the kind of setting that makes California living legendary. What sets this Malibu pad apart from a typical luxury mansion is how it subtly weaves eco-conscious features into its design and site planning, mirroring DiCaprio's public environmental priorities. The home's architecture emphasizes natural light and indoor-outdoor flow with walls of glass and outdoor terraces that reduce reliance on artificial lighting and bring fresh sea breezes through the space. Among its upscale amenities are hardwood floors, a fire pit overlooking the water, and a sauna, amenities that deliver comfort without compromising DiCaprio's ethos of sustainability. The Malibu house sits within a broader real estate portfolio that underscores this dual luxury meets ecology mindset. DiCaprio owns eco-conscious urban dwellings, including Battery Park City residences in New York with advanced air and water filtration systems, and even purchased Blackador Cay in Belize with plans to transform it into an environmentally focused retreat. For a star whose public life is tied as closely to The Revenant and Don't Look Up as it is to ocean conservation organizations, this Malibu home stands as a personal, serene coastal haven, a place where panoramic Pacific sunsets meet thoughtful, climate-aware luxury. Jennifer Aniston shows the zen-filled mansion she calls home. Jennifer Aniston's Los Angeles residence isn't a trophy house for paparazzi snapshots. It's a carefully curated sanctuary she's shaped over more than a decade to be a calm, restorative escape from the outside world. The Friends star primary home in Bel Air, purchased around 2011 and valued at roughly $21 million, embodies what she has often described as a space designed for living, not just decorating. The mid-century modern estate, originally designed by architects including A. Quincy Jones and later personalized with help from interior designer Stephen Shadley, combines clean architectural lines with soft natural elements that prioritize comfort, light, and serenity. Walking through the interior, you can feel how Zen influence shapes the mood. A neutral palette of creams and warm wood tones, widespread use of natural light through expansive windows, and spaces arranged to encourage ease rather than formality. Aniston has shared that she intentionally curated rooms with healing elements such as crystals, incense, and calming textures to create a noise-free, peaceful environment, a design approach she says helps her escape the chaos of daily life in Los Angeles. Her kitchen reflects this ethos too. Natural wood cabinetry, a minimalist layout, and a fluid connection to outdoor space make it feel more like a modern retreat than a showpiece. Even accent pieces, like the large sculptural statue she recently revealed on Instagram that anchors her living room, are chosen not for flash, but for mood and tactile presence. Outside, the backyard and pool areas continue the tranquil theme, with lush landscaping and quiet seating nooks that emphasize relaxation over ostentation. For a star of Aniston's stature, someone who called her Bel Air home a peaceful haven, this mansion isn't about celebrity grandeur. It's about crafting a serene, everyday life that feels like a retreat every time she steps across its threshold. George Clooney finally lets cameras into his Lake Como villa. George Clooney's Lake Como villa, Villa Oleandra in Laglio, Italy, is one of the most talked-about celebrity homes in the world, and when glimpses of the interior finally circulated in 2025, it revealed something both luxurious and deeply personal, a place that feels more like a timeless Italian estate than a Hollywood trophy house. Clooney first fell for the villa in the early 2000s and bought the 18th century property from the Hines family around 2001-2 for about $10 million. Today, the estate is widely estimated to be worth over $100 million thanks to its historic architecture, extensive renovations, and prime lakefront location. Stepping inside Villa Oleandra is like walking through Italian design history melded with modern comforts. The 25-room home blends original period details, high ceilings, ornate plasterwork, antique touches, with luxurious contemporary updates that make it ideal for both family life and entertaining. Clooney and his wife Amal Clooney have spent summers here for decades, hosting friends and fellow stars like Adam Sandler, Laura Dern, and Jim Broadbent on the terraces overlooking the glistening lake. The interiors include generous living spaces that open onto panoramic water views, elegantly furnished rooms with Italian marble and bespoke pieces, and plenty of room for art and personal collection displays, a harmony of heritage and lived-in warmth. Outdoors, the villa's manicured gardens, private docks, swimming pool, and tennis courts give it the feel of a discreet luxury resort rather than simply a private residence. Clooney also expanded his footprint by acquiring adjacent properties, creating a compound that speaks to his desire for privacy without sacrificing the breathtaking natural beauty of Lake Como. In a world where celebrity homes are often staged for show, Clooney's Como Escape reads like a lived-in love letter to Italian elegance, serene, historic, and unmistakably personal. Keanu Reeves gives a rare look inside his ultra-private residence. Keanu Reeves, one of Hollywood's most beloved and famously private stars, doesn't do grand celebrity home tours. But what is known about the residence he's called home in the Hollywood Hills since 2003 tells a story of understated luxury with striking architectural bones. Rather than frequent glossy magazine spreads, glimpses of his property have emerged through real estate reporting and profiles that emphasize how Reeves values privacy and serenity over spectacle. The house, a mid-century inspired contemporary originally designed for an art collector, sits on about 0.4 acres behind gates in the Bird Streets, a celebrity-studded enclave overlooking Los Angeles, and today is estimated to be worth over $8 million. Its floor-to-ceiling glass facade and elevated perch offer panoramic views from nearly every room, while the layout steps gently down the hillside to terraces, a long lap pool, and outdoor lounging areas that feel more like a retreat than a showplace. Inside, the decor reflects Reeves's long-standing minimalist sensibility and appreciation for clean, comfortable spaces rather than flashy display. Architectural Digest notes that while detailed images of the interior are rare by design, the home's expansive walls, originally conceived to showcase art, and open plan naturally invite light and unobstructed views, blurring the line between inside and out. The kitchen and living areas, where glimpses have surfaced in real estate listings and fan-crafted tours, blend modern appliances and smooth surfaces with subtle personal touches that feel lived in, not staged. Outdoor patios are designed for quiet morning coffee or evening gatherings rather than for photo ops, a choice that mirrors Reeves's reputation as someone who prefers real life over red carpet performance. Part of the lore around the house is its history of uninvited visitors, from fans crossing gates to trespassers actually found in the pool and library in 2014. which underscores how fiercely Reeves guards his privacy and how deeply he values a sanctuary that feels like home. In a Hollywood culture obsessed with spectacle, his residence stands out not for showiness, but for serene design and thoughtful restraint, a true refuge for one of the screen's most grounded stars. Nicole Kidman's Australian estate looks like a cinematic masterpiece. Nicole Kidman's Australian estate near Sutton Forest in the Southern Highlands of New South Wales feels less like a typical celebrity home and more like a living period film set steeped in history, pastoral beauty, and carefully preserved architectural charm. The sprawling property, known locally as Bunya Hill, sits on roughly 110 to 111 acres of verdant farmland that the Oscar-winning actress and her now estranged husband, Keith Urban, purchased in the late 2000s. At its heart is an 1878 Georgian-style mansion with classic period features such as traditional sandstone verandas, pressed metal ceilings, a grand cedar staircase, and no fewer than 10 original marble fireplaces, all of which give the home a storybook grandeur that could easily anchor an epic historical drama. Inside, the rooms feel both cinematic and intimately lived in. A library with wall-to-wall bookshelves and cozy leather seating evokes the interiors of classic Australian estates, while a games room with green-shaded lights and a polished billiard table channels the warmth of a traditional club scene. Adjacent living spaces bathed in natural light, complete with a grand piano and a wood-burning fireplace, balance period detail with breezy rural sophistication. Outside, gently rolling hills studded with alpacas, cows, and goats extend toward the horizon, a pastoral backdrop that reflects Kidman's deep connection to her homeland and echoes the sweeping landscape seen in films like Australia, 2008, in which she starred and which celebrates the rugged beauty of the continent. The property's amenities, added over time, include an 18-meter pool, a full-size tennis court, and a private gym, all designed to complement the grandeur of the setting without overshadowing the estate's heritage character. The result is a residence that looks like a cinematic masterpiece in its own right, stately yet welcoming, historic yet perfectly suited to modern family life, and unmistakably reflective of Kidman's global life and Australian roots. Ryan Reynolds shows the cozy yet cool interior of his New York home. Ryan Reynolds and his wife, Blake Lively, keep their family life distinctly away from the spotlight, but the glimpses we do have into their New York City residence paint a picture of cozy yet cool interiors that feel both stylish and genuinely lived in. The couple owns a loft-style home in Tribeca's iconic 443 Greenwich Street building, a former 19th century bookbindery converted into luxury condominium that's practically a celebrity magnet, also home to stars like Meg Ryan, Jennifer Lawrence, and Harry Styles. The building is known for amenities such as a private 24/7 concierge, indoor pool, steam room, yoga studios, and even a secret courtyard garden that offers a surprising moment of tranquility within the urban core. Inside their Tribeca loft, social media snippets shared by Blake have revealed a space that feels warm and approachable rather than staged for a design magazine. Elements such as exposed brick walls and rustic wooden beams give the interior a textural, slightly industrial edge, while large windows fill the loft with natural light and offer glimpses of leafy views, a cozy complement to the city skyline beyond. One particularly charming peek showed Lively baking in their kitchen, where pink marble countertops and rustic wooden tables blend practicality with stylish character, and a softly lit living room with plush seating and personal family touches makes it feel unmistakably like home. Although Reynolds and Lively spend much of their time at their broader New York estate in Pound Ridge, this Tribeca pad serves as a comfortable city retreat, a place where rustic architectural details, thoughtful materials, and real family life converge into a warm, cool, and undeniably personal interior that perfectly matches the couple's off-camera personalities. Angelina Jolie reveals her LA mansion with secret passages. Angelina Jolie's Los Feliz estate isn't just a stunning piece of Hollywood history, it's a beaux arts mansion with layers of charm and surprises that reflect both its storied past and the actress's preference for quiet mystery over red carpet flash. Jolie bought the 1913 home, once owned by legendary filmmaker Cecil B. DeMille, in 2017 for around $24.5 million and has lived there with her children while balancing work and family life in Los Angeles. The estate spans about 11,000 square feet with 6 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms across more than 2 acres of formal gardens, fountains, a tea house, a studio, and a pool house, all classic elements of grand early 20th century architecture. What makes this residence uniquely intriguing, and the basis for stories about secret-like spaces, are the myriad circulation paths and tucked-away corners woven into its historic design. It's not the Hollywood fantasy of trapdoors or hidden vaults, but rather a series of thoughtfully designed corridors, shaded garden pathways, and interconnected outbuildings that create a sense of discovery as you move through the property. These pathways link the main house to spaces like a private wine cellar, secluded terraces, and a basement area that hints at the kind of concealed movement once prized in grand old estates for privacy and servant access, architectural subtleties that feel extra special in 21st century celebrity living. Inside, classic details such as arched French doors, delicate period molding, and rich mahogany paneling evoke both historical elegance and a sense of hidden intimacy, as though each room has its own story. Rather than flashy secret doors, the home's magic lies in its layers of space and circulation. Hallways that seem to lead you deeper into calm alcoves that frame garden views and transitions that feel more like a personal journey than a straight line from living room to kitchen. Jolie herself has spoken of loving many pathways and places to walk and think, a design philosophy that turns this Los Angeles mansion into a contemplative haven with the spirit of hidden passageways rather than gimmicky tricks, blending historic grandeur with deeply personal flow and quiet charm. Brad Pitt shows off the mid-century home that changed his life. Brad Pitt's Los Feliz Steel House wasn't just another celebrity purchase. It became a defining chapter in the Oscar winner's long love affair with architecture and mid-century modern design, showing how deeply he thinks about space, light, and everyday living. Known for roles in Fight Club, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and F1, the movie, Pitt has long said that architecture lifts your soul and affects your mindset, and that belief led him to this 1960 design modernist gem on the hillside just south of Griffith Park. Dubbed the Steel House for its signature use of glass and steel framing, the Los Feliz property stood as a quintessential example of mid-century design. Walls of glass blurring interior and exterior, counterlevered eaves that speak to 1960s architectural optimism, terrazzo flooring that gleams under the California sun, and beamed ceilings that give every room a graceful rhythm. Its open plan emphasized panoramic views over the city, while custom-colored cabinetry throughout the kitchen, primary suite, and walk-in closet added a playful nod to color that kept the modernist bones from feeling austere. Pitt bought the house in 2023 in a real estate swap that saw him trade his longtime Hollywood Hills compound for this 2,000-square-foot hillside modernist retreat, reflecting his desire to live inside architecture rather than just own it. The home even featured lifestyle-forward amenities like a swimming pool, redwood hot tub, and freestanding sauna tucked into lush landscaping, details that made this minimalist design feel warmly livable. Though Pitt moved on from the Steel House in 2025, selling it to fellow actor Austin Butler, that period of his life showed how seriously he takes architectural legacy and personal space, choosing design that wasn't about ostentation, but about feeling right every day. Denzel Washington lets you inside his home office for the first time. Denzel Washington has built a legendary acting career across decades, but the space where he does his thinking and planning, his home office at his Beverly Park estate in Los Angeles, has remained a near mythic part of his private life until now. It is wood-paneled and filled with personal mementos that echo his life's work and personal philosophy. The space bridges formal workspace and personal refuge, mirroring how he's spoken in interviews about the importance of grounding one's work in humility and discipline rather than performance. Sources familiar with the estate note that the home office isn't tucked away in a remote wing. It's intentionally integrated into the daily flow of the house, showing how Washington blends professional focus with family life and domestic calm. This thoughtful integration reflects his approach to both roles and life, serious where it counts, but always personal and reflective. For a Hollywood titan who rarely invites cameras behind closed doors, this rare view into his office shows a room designed not for show, but for purpose, calm, intentional, and quietly powerful, just like the man who works there. Julia Roberts opens the doors to her secret ranch estate. Julia Roberts' ranch in Taos, New Mexico, isn't the kind of celebrity estate you see in glossy tours. It's a sweeping 32-acre countryside refuge where the Oscar-winning actress and her husband, Danny Moder, have built a deeply personal home life rooted in nature, family, and quiet reflection. Roberts bought the property in the 1990s, long before she married Moder, and in July 2002, the couple actually tied the knot on this very land, making the ranch both a private sanctuary and a place with emotional meaning that goes far beyond its physical beauty. Residents and local reports say the couple and their 3 children can be spotted around town, from grocery runs to Target, a testament to how embedded they are in the community rather than seeking isolation behind gates. Unlike glitzy celebrity homes near Hollywood, the Taos Ranch reflects the earthy, open-sky character of the Southwest. Rolling fields, backed by distant mountain vistas and cottonwood trees, set the scene, and the home structures, tucked into the landscape rather than above it, use natural materials and low horizontal lines that echo traditional Southwestern design. While Roberts and Moder keep interiors largely private, the ranch is known for its relaxed, lived-in feel where family life, from morning coffee on the patio terrace to evenings beneath the stars untouched by city lights, defines the rhythm of daily living, not staged photo moments. This ranch isn't a showplace mansion. It's a real home base, a space where Roberts balances a high-profile career with homeschooling, horseback rides, and the kind of quiet moments that shaped her own childhood, something she said she wanted for her children. In an era where celebrity homes can feel like theme parks, Julia's Taos estate feels like something richer, a lived life woven into the land itself. Blake Lively's kitchen tour is every interior lover's dream. Blake Lively's kitchen, glimpsed through rare Instagram moments shared from her New York home, is the kind of space that makes designers and home lovers alike stop scrolling and take notes. Rather than a sterile cookie-cutter chef's playground, her kitchen blends rustic warmth and thoughtful style with real family life, showing how a lived-in home can still feel deeply intentional and visually captivating. In an October 2025 post, Lively shared baking scenes where the heart of her home came alive, a pink marble countertop strewn with ingredients, and a rustic wooden table set with seasonal decor, evoking cozy, storybook charm as she prepared a cinnamon bun-inspired cake for her daughter. These aren't staged magazine shots, they're life happening, which is exactly what makes the space feel so magnetic. Design-wise, the kitchen combines natural materials and texture in a rich, soulful palette. Warm wood beams overhead, exposed brick or wooden cabinetry that offsets polished stone surfaces, and thoughtfully chosen accents like ceramic mugs and woven baskets that bring character and personality into every corner. Designers now cite the couple's calming, earth-toned aesthetic, warm grays, tan, beige, and natural woods, is influencing broader kitchen trends for 2026, proving that Blake and Ryan's interior choices are not just stylish, but trend-forward. This kitchen doesn't feel like a showroom, it feels crafted. Blake's playful love for design, she once jokingly called herself a low-key interior designer on social media, shows in how that space functions as both a creative family hub and a design statement, where every worn wooden surface and polished stone countertop tells a story of real life, real meals, and a real home. Johnny Depp shows the Gothic chateau that inspired his art. Johnny Depp's Gothic-inspired estate in Los Angeles isn't just a house. It's a cinematic backdrop that feels pulled straight from one of his own films, a residence steeped in history, craft, and the artistic spirit that has shaped his career. Long before he became known for painting and fine art exhibitions that have sold out galleries in London and New York, including work he described as deeply personal and reflective of his inspirations, Depp was drawn to architecture with mood and mystery, and his Sweetser Avenue mansion embodies that sensibility. Built in 1922 and purchased by Depp in 1995 for about $2.15 million, this nearly 7,500 square foot Hollywood home is often described as a Gothic revival masterpiece with turrets, exposed timber beams, stained glass windows, and ornate moldings that create the feeling of a European chateau transplanted to the heart of Los Angeles. The mansion's aesthetic, a blend of medieval, Norman, and Bavarian influences, feels as if it could be the set design for a Tim Burton film or the atmospheric interior of Dracula's castle, rooted in centuries-old architectural vernacular but made livable and personal. Inside, the layout supports creativity as much as comfort, with spaces Depp has used as a music lounge, art gallery, and private studio, reflecting a home that's as functional for artistic exploration as it is striking on the outside. While much of the interior remains private, the mansion's presence, hidden behind lush foliage yet commanding in its historic charm, mirrors Depp's own artistic arc, a blend of performance, craft, and personal expression that transcends Hollywood glamour. Salma Hayek offers a peek into her vibrant seaside villa. Salma Hayek's seaside villa isn't just a pretty backdrop for Mediterranean light. It's a vibrant, deeply personal home that reflects the Oscar-nominated actress's love of culture, texture, and joyful living by the water. While Hayek splits her time between multiple properties, including a famous Bel Air mansion she and her husband Francois-Henri Pinault bought in 2007 with sweeping views and a grand kitchen surrounded by lush trees and outdoor spaces, glimpses of her coastal retreat show a space where maximalist warmth meets seaside calm. Her Los Angeles area interiors, known from social media and design commentary, lean into rich biophilic touches. Plush velvet sofas against leafy houseplants, layered rugs and art that feel collected over years, and a sense of color and comfort that makes even large spaces feel intimate and lively, a nod to her roots in Mexican and European aesthetics. The villa's living rooms have been highlighted for their mini indoor jungle with jewel tones and natural light, with saturated tones that feel both luxurious and lived in. The biophilic design, bringing plants and organic forms indoors, doesn't just look beautiful, it enhances the mood and comfort in coastal climates where sunlight and sea breezes are constant companions. Outdoors, a typical Bel Air estate with lush garden views mimicking coastal charm, breezy alfresco dining spots, and shaded lounges for sunset cocktails, extending the home's vibrant personality into nature. The overall effect is a true seaside sanctuary, one that harmonizes bold interior character with the effortless rhythm of waves and light. In Salma's hands, a villa by the sea becomes more than a house. It's a lived work of art, full of warmth, color, and life. Tom Cruise's Colorado Lodge looks like a movie set come to life. Tom Cruise's Colorado Lodge in Telluride isn't your typical celebrity getaway. It's a sprawling alpine estate that feels straight out of a Mission Impossible set, both in scale and spirit. Cruise acquired the property in the early 1990s, ultimately building a custom mountain retreat on roughly 320 acres of pristine Telluride terrain high in the San Juan Mountains that seem ripped from a cinematic background. Despite its remote setting, the lodge was designed with grand architectural intention. The main house, roughly 10,000 square feet, sits behind a private, mile-long gated driveway and showcases rustic yet refined mountain materials like bleached cedar timber and native stone that let it blend into the landscape while feeling monumental at the same time. Vaulted wood beam ceilings, massive windows, and expansive living areas bring natural light and panoramic alpine views into every room, instantly evoking the dramatic vistas you'd expect in a Hollywood film. Inside, the lodge was configured not just for relaxation, but for active mountain living. Vaulted great rooms with towering fireplaces, a chef's kitchen with oversized islands, cozy libraries, recreation spaces, and a dedicated media room anchor the interior in both comfort and style. A separate three-bedroom guest lodge echoes the design of the main house while providing private retreats for visitors. What really sets this property apart, beyond its cinematic scale, are the outdoor-centric amenities that feel like an action hero playground. A sports court perched against mountain backdrops, miles of hiking and forest trails right off the estate, snowmobile tracks, and easy access to world-class skiing in winter. For a star whose films often send him scaling peaks and diving off cliffs, this Colorado lodge wasn't just a second home. It was a living set piece, a private world where adventure and luxury coexist under snow-tipped skies. Meghan Markle reveals the royal details hidden in her California home. Meghan Markle's Montecito, California estate, the Mediterranean-style mansion she and Prince Harry bought in 2020 for about $14.65 million, is less about royal pomp and more about quiet symbolism and personal meaning woven into everyday life. Though the couple rarely gives full public tours and opted not to film their Netflix show, With Love, Meghan, inside their own home to protect privacy, Meghan has shared small but meaningful glimpses that reveal how her living spaces reflect both family history and her own identity. Inside the Montecito mansion's interiors, the design favors light, openness, and connection to the outdoors, off-white walls, tall windows, and doors that invite natural California light into rooms, creating a serene, almost sacred atmosphere that prioritizes family life over ostentation. One subtle but deeply personal touch that's come into view via social media is artwork with meaningful motifs, like a vintage California print above a fireplace celebrating the I Love You California anthem, a nod to Meghan's birthplace and roots that blends local pride with elegant decor. Perhaps the most poignant royal-infused detail isn't lacquered crowns or lavish gilding, but the sentimental garden symbolism Meghan and Harry have shared. 2 palm trees on the property became a quiet emblem of their relationship after Prince Harry likened the way their trunks were connected at the base to their bond, a metaphor that later inspired the logo for Meghan's lifestyle brand, As Ever. These organic elements, rooted in nature and family narrative rather than palace pageantry, show how the home balances California ease with thoughtful personal symbology. Even the rare reveals of spaces like their home theater, caught in candid social posts while watching the Dodgers in 2025, emphasize comfort and real family moments over formal design exhibition. In Meghan's California sanctuary, the royal details aren't ostentatious trappings, but subtle visual narratives that honor heritage, connection to place, and the rhythms of daily life with her children. Tiger Woods shows the inside of his house. Take a look. Tiger Woods' Jupiter Island estate isn't just where the 15-time major champion sleeps. It's a sprawling, ultra-private world built around comfort, performance, and golf obsession that reflects both his personality and legendary career. Woods bought the ultra-exclusive Jupiter Island property in the mid-2000s for around $40 million and has developed it over years into a multi-structure compound that now rivals many luxury resorts in amenities and thoughtful detail. The main residence, part of an $80 million-plus estate, sits on nearly 9 acres and blends modern Mediterranean elegance with open-air Florida living, with walls of glass and high ceilings that flood interior spaces with natural light and ocean breezes. The house isn't just grand, it's functional for someone who lives and breathes golf. Inside, there's a putting green tucked into the layout that overlooks the Atlantic, letting Woods practice even when he's not on course, plus spaces designed for both relaxation and high performance. Beyond purely aesthetic rooms, the estate includes a private gym and training facility, a lap pool and spa, a tennis court, and expansive gardens that feel more park than backyard. The interior features luxury staples like a wine cellar, home theater, elegant living and dining rooms, and comfortable bedrooms that balance upscale finishes with a calm, personal vibe, a testament to how a world-class athlete calibrates his downtime environment. Outdoors, the estate literally brings Woods' passion home. Multiple practice areas with greens and bunkers, space for short game drills, and views across manicured lawn to water and sand. That fusion of elite athletic focus and private retreat makes this home not just spectacular, but uniquely Tiger Woods. Harrison Ford's rustic home reveal will blow your mind. Harrison Ford's home isn't just another celebrity mansion. It's a true American ranch retreat that feels cinematic in scale and spirit, perfectly matching the rugged adventurer persona he's played on screen for decades. Though Ford has owned several residences over the years, his long-standing primary estate is an 800-acre ranch in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where he and his wife, Callista Flockhart, live surrounded by mountains, streams, and wildlife rather than Hollywood traffic. Ford first bought the property in the early 1980s after his career took off with Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and he personally helped design elements of the lodge, guest house, and barn, bringing his own craftsmanship and love of nature to life in every detail. The ranch's main lodge embraces the rustic vernacular you'd expect on a Wyoming mountain estate. Expansive windows frame panoramic views of the Tetons, massive timber beams echo frontier architecture, and stone fireplaces anchor great rooms that feel warm and grounded rather than staged. The guest house and barn Ford helped oversee add layers of utilitarian charm, with spaces clearly optimized for both family life and ranch work. This isn't a trophy property built for photo ops. It was conceived as a working ranch and sanctuary where every structure serves purpose as well as aesthetic harmony with nature. Ford's dedication to the land goes beyond architecture. He's donated large portions of the property as conservation easements to protect wildlife habitat and preserve open space, reflecting his deep affinity for the environment on and off screen. In a world of high-gloss celebrity homes, this Wyoming ranch stands out as a lived-in epic retreat, a rustic, striking estate that feels more like a movie set come to life than a traditional mansion. Cameron Diaz shows the Spanish Revival mansion she calls a sanctuary. Cameron Diaz's California sanctuary isn't the typical Hollywood showplace. It's a stunning Spanish Revival-inspired mansion that blends timeless architectural grace with personal calm and family-oriented spaces. Though Diaz and her husband, Benji Madden, have shifted residences over the years, including selling a heavily loved Beverly Hills home in 2024 as they lean more into quieter life rhythms, their Montecito estate has become the true sanctuary that reflects their tastes and priorities. In 2022, they paid about $12.67 million for this almost 11,000 square foot mansion perched on gently sloped grounds with peekaboo ocean views, winding terraces, and lush landscaping that feels more like a private retreat than a celebrity address. Designed with Mediterranean and Spanish-influenced architecture, the house features arched doorways, stucco walls, and tiled roofs that evoke classic Spanish Revival style, a warm, historic aesthetic that California's coastal estates are famous for without feeling like a museum. Inside, the flow between indoor and outdoor spaces is seamless, with French doors and wide patios that invite sea breezes and natural light deep into living rooms and lounges. The couple have focused on making this mansion a sanctuary for family life rather than a showroom. Multiple in-suite bedrooms, spa-style bathrooms, and a dedicated study with a fireplace create intimate nooks for quiet moments and everyday living. Outdoor spaces, from a curved staircase leading to a pool and hot tub to ocean view terraces perfect for sunset dinners, make the home feel like a well-crafted retreat where ease and elegance coexist. Rather than dramatic celebrity theatrics, Cameron's Spanish Revival mansion feels like a lived-in haven. Classic architectural character, thoughtful design that honors both landscape and lifestyle, and a sense of peace that mirrors her grounded California-centric approach to home. Hugh Jackman lets you inside the backyard he built for Wolverine training. Hugh Jackman's real-world Wolverine training backyard isn't a stunt set or movie soundstage. It's part of the serene outdoor spaces of his East Hampton compound and other homes that reflect his love of nature, fitness, and authentic living beyond the screen. While Jackman has rarely given formal tours specifically focused on a training yard, what is well documented about his properties, from his minimalist East Hampton oasis to other residences he and ex-wife Deborah Lee Furness developed over years, shows how outdoor areas are designed for both movement and peace. The sprawling East Hampton home the couple built over 6 years on 2.5 acres includes lush gardens, open lawns, and a seamless connection between indoor and outdoor spaces, features that naturally encourage active, everyday use. With large open ground around the infinity pool and beyond, spaces like these have hosted workouts, morning runs, yoga flows, and yes, the kind of movie-ready physical preparation you imagine from someone who played Wolverine for nearly 2 decades. Unlike rigid fitness yards, Jackman's outdoor areas feel organic and lived in, just as he's talked about balancing disciplined training with calm daily routines and interviews such as reading, cold showers, meditation, and deliberate physical practice. This connection to the land, wide green lawn spaces, garden edges that blur into natural surroundings, and gentle spots to stretch or sprint, underscores his belief that movement shouldn't be separate from life. It should be life. While fans often picture Wolverine doing burpees in montages, Jackman's real backyard spaces seem built for the rhythm of real days. Morning bodyweight flows, sunset walks with his dogs, and conscious outdoor time that reflects both strength and serenity. In Jackman's world, the backyard isn't a movie set, it's a training ground for balance, a place rooted in nature, laughter, and life lived with both grit and grace. Thanks for watching Past Paradise, where Hollywood legends come home. If you enjoyed today's look into topic, Tiger Woods shows the inside of his house, then take a look. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Got a star or story you want next? Drop it in the comments. Until then, keep the nostalgia alive only on Past Paradise.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon